Today, we'll be learning about how to use commas to set off dialogue. Please be sure to write all of these notes in your notebook. Use a comma to set off the exact words of a speaker from the rest of the sentence. Write down the following sentences in your notebook. The doctor said, "It looks like you sprained your ankle." The exact words of the speaker are, "It looks like you sprained your ankle," and they're set off in quotation marks. Notice that the comma comes before the quotation marks. Let's look at another example. Dad asked, "Have you seen my toolbox?" In this case, the exact words are, "Have you seen my toolbox?" and they're set off from the rest of the sentence with a comma. Notice the comma comes first and then the quotation marks. It's important to keep in mind, however, that the comma does not always precede the quotation marks. Take, for instance, the following sentence. "I would like a bowl of oatmeal," said Jake. The exact words of the speaker, "I would like a bowl of oatmeal," comes before the identification of the speaker, said Jake. So in this case, the comma follows the very last word of the exact quote, oatmeal, and then is immediately followed by the closing set of quotation marks. The previous comma rules apply only to direct dialogue. In the case of indirect dialogue, however, it's important to note that you should not use comma or quotation marks for indirect quotations. The words if and that often signal dialogue that is being reported rather than quoted. So in a previous example, "I would like a bowl of oatmeal," said Jake. "I would like a bowl of oatmeal" is in quotation marks because it's a direct quote from Jake. If this sentence was rewritten as indirect dialogue, it might look something like this. Jake said that he would like a bowl of oatmeal. Both sentences imply the same meaning, but only one of them is a direct quote. Alright, let's practice. Be sure to write the following sentences in your notebook. Use copy editing marks to either insert missing commas or to delete incorrectly used commas. If you need a reminder about copy editing marks, be sure to ask your teacher. Let's work through an example together. Rachel said, quotation marks, comma, "We should split into teams," quotation marks. In this case, the comma and quotation marks are flipped. So we use our copy editing marks to 1. Delete the comma, and then to insert it in the correct position. We then rewrite the sentence. Rachel said, comma, "We should split up into teams." Be sure to write these sentences down as they appear on your screen. Harper said, "My favorite season is autumn." Pause the video while you finish writing the sentence and finding the comma mistake. Ready? In this case, the comma is missing, so we add a caret and a comma to indicate that we're inserting a comma into the sentence. We then rewrite the sentence. Harper said, comma, "My favorite season is autumn." I've drawn a dotted line here so that you can see that the comma comes before the quotation marks. Let's look at another example. "No way, summer is the best," responded Sam. Again, pause the video if you need extra time to write the sentence down and to identify the comma mistake. In this sentence, the comma is in the wrong place, so we need to delete the comma and then insert it into the correct position. Notice that the comma follows the very last word of the exact quotes. We then rewrite the sentence. "No way, summer is the best, comma, then quotation marks, responded Sam." Let's review one more example. Be sure to write down the sentence as it appears on your screen. Bert said that there was no homework tonight. Pause the video while you finish writing down the sentence and identifying the comma mistake. Have you found it? The comma after said does not need to be there because this is not a direct quotation. You know that it's not a direct quotation because of the word that. So we rewrite our sentence, Bert said that there was no homework tonight. Let's review what we've learned. Use a comma to set off the exact words of a speaker from the rest of the sentence. Do not use a comma or quotation marks for indirect quotations. The words if and that often signal dialogue that is being reported rather than quoted. At this point, go ahead and check in with your teacher for further instruction.